Have you ever sat in an English meeting and felt completely lost? Not because you don't understand the words, but because native speakers say things differently than your textbook taught you? Well, today I'm showing you exactly what they say. And you're going to sound like a native speaker running the meeting. Welcome to Daily English Edge. Today, we're covering 5 essential phrases that native English speakers use to run meetings professionally. These aren't fancy words. They're simple, natural expressions that will make you sound confident and in control. By the end of this lesson, you'll have the exact language native speakers use to start meetings, manage time, ask for opinions, handle disagreements, and wrap things up. Let's jump in. Let's start with how native speakers actually open a meeting. Most learners say, "Let's start the meeting." But that sounds a bit formal and stiff. Instead, native speakers say, "Let's get started," or "Shall we kick things off?" These are much more natural and relaxed. Another option is, "Right, let's dive in." This shows energy and keeps the meeting moving. You can also hear, "Okay, let's get down to business," which is professional but still sounds natural. Use whichever feels comfortable, but "let's get started" is your safest choice because it works in almost any business situation. Now, every good meeting needs time management. When you want to move forward because time is running short, native speakers don't say "we have no time." Instead, they say "let's move on" or "let's keep moving." If something is taking too long, you might hear "we're running short on time, so let's wrap this up." Another powerful phrase is "let's table this for now," which means we'll discuss it later, not right now. And if you want to speed things up, try "can we circle back to this?" This means you want to return to the topic, but not immediately. These expressions show you're in control without sounding rude or rushed. A good leader asks for opinions. Most intermediate English learners say, "Do you have any ideas?" which is fine. But native speakers use more dynamic language. They say, "What do you think?" or "I'd like to hear from you." Here's a phrase that sounds especially natural. Does anyone want to chime in? The word "chime in" means to add your thoughts to a conversation. You can also say, "What's your take on this?" which is very casual and friendly. Or more formally, "I'd appreciate your perspective on this." Notice how these phrases make people feel invited to speak, not interrogated. Use these, and people will feel more comfortable sharing ideas. Meetings often have disagreement, and this is where native speakers shine with diplomacy. If someone says something you disagree with, you don't say "you are wrong." Instead, native speakers say, "I see your point, but..." This acknowledges what they said while allowing you to offer a different view. Another smooth way is "I appreciate that, however." You can also hear "that's a fair point, and here's something to consider." If you need to push back more directly, try "I respectfully disagree because..." The word "respectfully" shows you're being professional, not aggressive. These phrases keep discussions constructive and help people stay open-minded, even when opinions differ. Finally, how do native speakers wrap up a meeting? They don't just say "meeting finished." Instead, they say, "Let's recap what we've decided," or simply, "Let's recap." Then they summarize the key decisions. You'll often hear, "So to recap, we're going to," followed by the main action items. Another natural closing is, "Does that cover everything?" Or, "Are we good?" This checks if anyone has final questions. Before everyone leaves, native speakers confirm responsibilities with, "So who's taking the lead on this?" or "Who's going to handle that?" This makes sure everyone knows what they need to do. A final touch is, "Great, let's touch base next week," meaning you'll talk again soon. These closing phrases show professionalism and clarity. There you have it, 5 phrases that will make you sound like a native English speaker running a meeting. The key is to use them naturally and confidently. Pick 1 or 2 favorites and practice them until they feel automatic. Remember, native speakers aren't using complicated vocabulary. They're using simple, direct language that makes people feel respected and heard. If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to Daily English Edge for a new English lesson every single day. Your fluent English is just practice away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.